This is Dr. Amani Senanayake. Transmission log. Memo 8, year 2039. Encryption, shadow lock 7. When he opened his eyes again, he wasn't waking up. He was returning. The world had shifted. Randy stood above his own sleeping body, and for a moment, he just stared. The awe came first. Queen, electric, then adrenaline, humming beneath his skin like a second pulse. He had just lived a night outside the laws of time. And it had felt more alive than life itself, the warmth of skin. The flicker of flame, the scent of memory, still clinging to him like perfume. Now, everything around him felt dimmer, as if waking was the illusion, not the other way round. His room, his real room, seemed small. Shrunken by comparison, he moved through it like a stranger with stolen keys. Was it real? He didn't know, but something deep inside him had already decided. It was real enough. And that was all it took. He lowered himself back into his body. No hesitation now. The sensation was smooth. He gasped as the merge completed, his heart pounding like he had fallen through himself. The world was still here, but he was not the same. He had crossed a threshold, and whatever lived behind that door had not let him go. This wasn't escape, it was access. And it could be repeated. He lay back in the dark, smiling slowly as his eyes fluttered closed. Colombo. The city shimmered in his mind, chaotic, restless, full of open veins. He pictured the neon scattered across Beta Lake, the voices threading through alleyways, the locks, the vaults, the silence of rooms not meant to be seen. He could go anywhere, be anyone, take anything. Not in theory, not in fantasy, but now, tonight. He was a ghost in the system, a god in disguise. The thought thrilled him. What was off limits, informed to? Nothing. No password. No law. No consequence. The idea settled in his chest like heat, and with it came something else. Not desire. Not awe. Calculation. He began to see the world differently, like a board that had always been rigged. A game built to trap the obedient and reward the cruel. Now he could tilt the board. Now he could choose. He thought of the people who had ignored him, dismissed him, closed doors, and smiled while doing it. They had no idea how small they'd look. From the other side of the veil, he didn't want revenge. Not exactly. What he wanted was proof. Proof that he could tip the scales. That he could take what was never offered. It began as wonder, but it was becoming something else. He felt it rising, quiet, certain. Will to act. Not for beauty. Not for memory. For something colder. A single word took root in his mind. Untouchable. Not in name, not in title, but in presence. In force. And soon, in consequence. Tomorrow, he thought. Tomorrow, I'll test it again. And this time, I won't hold back. Other thoughts surfaced, unfiltered, unashamed. Randy was no saint. He never had been. But he had always respected the rules. Now, he saw how easily they could bend. He had already done it twice. Entered a building no one permitted him to enter. Summoned Maya into Form 2 with a few spoken words. Slowed time. Walked space. Spent a night wrapped in the arms of a memory that should have stayed buried. Now the tests were over. The doors were open. And standing at the threshold, he didn't feel human. He felt divine. You wanted to know who Randy is becoming. You wanted the truth. So listen carefully, because from this point forward, the boy who once waited for permission is gone. What comes next won't be gentle. And it won't be clean. Transmission ends.